Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Sunday, January 14th, 2018. And just want to do a quick video for Uber riders, Uber passengers. Some hints to make your pickup more successful, your rides more successful. Some tips from an Uber driver that's been driving full-time for over a year. So if you haven't already experienced or you don't know, when you're using the Uber app as a rider and you want to request a pickup, the pin marker, you know that little thing like this, you can move it around to different locations. It's supposed to be already at your location, like you are here. That thing sucks. It's not accurate. It's often not where you're at. And even if you move it, or you think you moved it to the location where you want to be picked up, I'm telling you, as an Uber driver that does this 7 days a week, 7 nights a week, the pin marker sucks. Don't use it. What you can do instead to make things easier for you, more efficient, faster, more effective for your driver, is type in the name of the location where you're at or the exact address. I understand you may not know the exact address. If you do know the exact address, type in the exact address, because that's going to be very, very accurate, fast, and efficient for your driver and for you. If you don't know the exact address, the street address, then type in the name of the business. So if you're at the Marriott on Houston Street, or you're at the Holiday Inn on Cypress Avenue, or you're at the AMC movie theater on Austin Highway, or you're at the the 5-star mall on North Park Expressway. I'm just making up addresses. Wherever you are, type in the name of the location where you're at. And let's say you're at the mall, right? Type in Dillard's if you're at Dillard's. Or type in Cheesecake Factory if you're waiting outside of Cheesecake Factory. Or type in whatever is very, very specific, very close to where you're at. If you're at a location and you don't know the name of the spot, look for landmarks around you. If you see a Chase Bank next to you, and you know what street you're on, then type in Chase Bank, look up the Chase Bank that's on that street, and select that one. That way they know to go to that Chase Bank that's right next to where you are. Why should you do that? Well, if you want to get picked up without any hassle, without wasting time, without your driver driving all around looking for you, or having to call or text somebody who's driving a vehicle, you should do that. Because the pin marker is based on GPS. And GPS, whether it's GPS navigation or GPS pinpointing, it is not accurate most of the time. So I would say, if you want to make your life easier, you want to make your driver's life easier, type in the name of the place if you're using the Uber app. I would say when it comes to Lyft, the same thing applies. Type in the name of the place where you're at. So if you're at your friend's house, obviously you're not going to type in, the Continental. If you're at your friend's house, there's a specific address. Ask your friend, hey, what's your address? And type in that address. Because if you use that pin marker, you could be 5 blocks away. The driver could be 5 blocks away from where you're at, in a totally different neighborhood, behind your friend's neighborhood, and you thought it was the correct address because it said you are here. No, you are probably not there. So don't use the pin marker. It really sucks. It's something that Uber needs to work on. I don't know if they can make it much better, because it's not a function of the app per se. It's more of a GPS issue. And the accuracy of GPS depends on satellite location and all that kind of stuff. So That's why Google Maps is not great. That's why even Waze, which is much better, than Google Maps or any other navigation system out there. They're not always accurate. None of them are perfect, and some are better than others. But the reason why sometimes they go crazy or haywire or mislead you or lead you somewhere that you shouldn't is because they're just not that accurate. So if you want to be accurate and you're at the Alamo Dome, type in Alamo Dome, parking lot A. Or if you're at the AT&T Center for the Spurs game, type in AT&T Center and it'll come up. Because if you just use that pin marker, don't think that it's going to be your actual address. And sometimes it could be, but a lot of times it's not. And even with the airport, you know, people assume I'm at the airport, I'm going to drop the pin at the airport, or it should already know I'm at the airport. It's showing me at the airport, so I'm going to request a ride. Don't assume that, because sometimes it could have your driver driving around to the back of the airport to a business that's 20 minutes away from the terminal, because that's where the pin marker is actually at. Just type in Boston Airport, you know, San Francisco Airport, LAX, you know, airport, or, you know, New Orleans International Airport. Type in the actual name. It'll come up just like a search engine. You know how you start to type it, and as you're typing it, it starts to give you results. It starts to kind of predict what you're typing. The same thing happens in the apps. So if you're at a Valero gas station, you type in VAL, automatically it's gonna pull up some results like Valero or Valencia Hotel, or, you know, something else like that. So for riders, for passengers requesting pickup for trips with Uber, that's my tip of the day for you. It's a huge one. It's gonna save you a lot of time. It's going to save you a lot of headache, a lot of hassle, a lot of unnecessary conversations between you and drivers before the driver ever gets to you and meets you. And I'm telling you that as a driver, because for me as a driver, it's pretty frustrating. And I don't get easily flustered or frustrated with rideshare because it's not that serious. But it's pretty frustrating when a rider or a passenger is angry at the driver before the driver even shows up, based on something that they did, not something that I did. Like, I didn't put in the pickup location, you put in the pickup location. So, and most passengers, most riders, they don't know that the pin sucks. You know, you should be able to learn that over time, but drivers don't tell them, they don't educate them, they don't let them know, hey, type in the name of the place or put in the actual address. Because otherwise it could have me 6 blocks down the road sitting there waiting for you for 5 minutes, and you're sitting outside your location wondering, where am I? So to make both our lives easier, drivers should be suggesting to riders, type in the name of the place or the actual address. And riders should be doing that because it's going to make your life a lot easier, your pickup a lot smoother, and your ride a much better experience. So that's my tip of the day. Y'all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. This is the start of the new week. It's Sunday. So have a great time. Peace.